Howdy folks, I hope you're enjoying the A1 Trading Show, and I just want to let you know that we are currently doing a flash sale on the EDGEFINDER. This week, you can currently get 25% off if you send a direct message to our support staff standing by who helps keep the show running smoothly. If you use the link that's being dropped in the chat or the first link down below in the description, you'll be connected to a real person on my staff who can set you up with a 25% off discount on the EDGEFINDER, and if you'd like to get access to the Discord, we'll throw that in too for a nice 25% off the price. If you have not already taken advantage of this sale, you can click the first link in the description or chat with us by using the chat link below. Keep on enjoying the show, and now let's get back to it.
Hey traders, it's James here from the A1 content team, and as we start today's stream, I want to share with you some exciting news from our friends over at FX2 Funding. FX2 has just launched their two-stage evaluation. The two-stage differs significantly from their one-stage, offering many benefits to traders. First of all, the profit targets are much more manageable, with 8% in the first stage and 5% in the second stage. Next, you'll get a 10% fixed overall drawdown that does not trail your account balance. You get all these perks on top of FX2's existing world-class customer service, high-performance technology, and a choice between two amazing trading platforms, CTrader and DXTrade. There's a reason FX2 Funding boasts a Trustpilot rating of 4.7 in this time of industry turmoil. They are a serious company run by seasoned business professionals and always take conservative steps to protect their traders. For traders looking to get funded, you can use promo code A1Trading15 to save 15% on all funded accounts. That's A1Trading15. The promo code can be found in the link in the description below and in the live stream chat right now. Now, on to the show.
Okay, what is up, people? Welcome back to the stream. Of course, filling in for Nick. As always, any pairs you guys are looking at, feel free to drop it down in the chat. We'll take a look, discuss, see what's happening. I know we do have the Bank of Canada interest rate decision in approximately 11 minutes, so that should be interesting. I'm not in any trades at the moment, so very much a spectator, but a few pairs have caught my eye. So of course, we'll go through them, and any suggestions, let us know in the chat as well. But a pair, or well, not really a pair, commodity that I'm looking at quite heavily is silver. I'm very, very bullish on silver and gold, looking for long opportunities on either or. Silver does interest me a little bit more based on the price action and how everything is setting up. But of course, they're very similar markets, so they'll do the same thing 9 times out of 10. But as we approach this big level here around 29.6, I'm looking for a bounce. We've got some nice confluence here. We're almost at the 50% of the Fibonacci. Let's make sure we can see it. There we go. So almost at the 50%. I'm looking to see if we can have one more move down, and we do have some USD news at 3 p.m. UK time, PMI. So possibly we might see price have one more push down before we do get our up move, but I'm very, very eager to long silver and basically just continue the trend, which is what's been doing. Higher highs and higher lows, nothing extraordinary over there. So very, very keen on silver. We'll keep a close eye on that. Not really interested in any CAD pairs at the moment. I'm not really interested in any CAD pairs at the moment. USD CAD, of course, I know a lot of people will be looking at this one this afternoon. My kind of opinion on USD CAD is kind of just like a big consolidation, if you will, big range. And when the market is in these conditions, I tend to want to stay away, hold back, and wait for the breakout. Because I know the best conditions for me are trending conditions with momentum. And right now, there might be somewhat of a bearish trend, but nothing clear, nothing high quality. So I'm waiting for price to make its move. Maybe Bank of Canada can do that for us in a few minutes. But I am quite neutral in this pair until we do break out. We do have this steady decline with these lower highs, but equally, we've got a solid level of support, which the market's not breaking through. So who's going to be victorious, resistance or support? And when we find out, that's when I'll be looking for opportunities. Say we break to the downside, this is something that's going to interest me a lot for some continuation. So we'll keep a close eye for that for USD CAD, but it'll take us time to develop. In terms of gold as well, gold looks very interesting, but it's kind of still descending. And right now, again, similar to USD CAD actually, with the lower highs and the consolidation. But I'm still very bullish on gold, looking for a move higher. But for me to be looking for opportunities, I need to see price break out of this descending channel. And then I'll be looking for my pullbacks to long. I'm very much a fan of break and retest, breakouts, because they indicate momentum, they indicate direction, and that's something I want to follow. I want to be on the back of a wave rather than create my own wave. So hopefully we can get something like that. So gold, silver interests me. Some dollar pairs, not quite there yet for me. But of course, I'll take a look, let's see what people are saying in the chat. Okay, pound USD, I will take a look at. What's up? Follow the trend. Hope you're well. Okay, so we'll take a look at pound USD and we'll take a look at Aussie dollar as well. We'll go for euro too. But yeah, pound USD, I'm bullish on this market. However, it's not at a place to sell. I'll keep an eye out on the news, by the way, 7 minutes. Let's not forget that. So yeah, pound USD approaching a big level of resistance. Naturally, this is where sellers will be drawn towards, be looking to jump into some short opportunities. Not my type of trade. I'm looking for the pullback on pound USD to try and catch it on its next higher low. And I'm actually looking at around 1.26, which we'll dive into in a moment. But as we approach resistance here, this could be a smart play for a sell. So potentially, maybe if we have one more stab higher, this could be the catalyst for a big drop to the downside. As you can see, every time the market stabs higher, push down, stabs higher, push down, higher, push down. So I'll be expecting something like that and eventually a bigger move lower. Where I'm looking to get involved and take price higher is definitely on the retest of this high. 1.262 looks really good to me. Solid resistance, broke through great momentum, never had the retest. So relatively fresh level of support. Should we get back down there, I think there's a very good chance we bounce. So we'll be keeping a close eye on pound USD, but for me, this is probably more of a trade for next week because it's going to take us a long while to get there. I don't know, maybe NFP on Friday speeds things up. But if anything, sales make the most sense as we approach 1.28, but simply not really my type of trade. So we'll be looking for that bigger pullback there. Aussie dollar, I don't really have too much to say with this one. I'm just looking at this as a consolidation. There's no kind of real trend at play. There is some of a bullish trend, but if I expand to the higher time frames, and I always use my higher time frames as a filter to indicate the best trades, the best trends to follow. There isn't really a trend here on the daily chart, which is a bit of a red flag for me. I want to have clear direction in the higher time frames, and then I drop to the lower time frames to take advantage of that. There isn't real direction on the daily chart, no real direction in the 4 hour as well. So I would like to see price show me some type of continuation, and then I'll be interested in a long. But yeah, inside here, I would stay away personally because I can't really make too much sense of price. It's all over the place. So yeah, Aussie dollar, I do not like at all. Euro USD, nice uptrend there. Was buying this one last week. It's still looking pretty good, but it's a little bit corrected now and again. You can probably view this as consolidation. In all honesty, it's not really moving too well as it was in previous weeks. So we are starting to slow down, and I think that's kind of a reflection of what the DXY is doing. DXY has been bearish, but it is definitely slowing down as we approach major levels of support. So that's why I think NFP is going to play such a major role on Friday, because that will probably set us for the rest of the week. Rest of the month in terms of direction for dollar. So my eyes will be peeled to see how we react on Friday. But yeah, right now I would still be bearish on the DXY on the dollar because we have this trend at play. But yeah, I'm not looking to follow that on euro. Still a little bit too corrective for me. Still a little bit too corrective. Anyway, as we approach closer to the CAD news, we'll be fixated more on USD CAD to see what happens with this currency pair, of course. Is anyone trading USD CAD at the moment? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of US 30 oil. I will take a look. I think I'll go through US 30 quickly because we've still got a few minutes left before the news comes out. And then it will switch back to dollar CAD to see what the Bank of Canada has got for us. But yeah, US 30 overall still bullish, still previous low in the market here, which created just about the new high. So still looking at a retracement, but we did sell off pretty heavily. So I think if you're looking to buy, I'll be focusing on the lows down here. See if we form a major double bottom before long. And that looks fairly attractive. I wouldn't try and force anything around here because there's still a lot of bearish momentum here. I wouldn't be too surprised actually if we have a bigger pullback and price decides it wants to sell off even more. At least if we come back to this low, we got a safer place for a stop loss, and you're kind of anticipating a big level of support forming, so it's a bit safer for a long down there. But I would be bullish on US 30. I wouldn't be against the sell here. I like it. Impulse, consolidation, impulse. Could see a nice retest of that for a sell. Still long-term bullish bias, but short-term sells could make some sense as we approach this area. So I would keep an eye out for that if you are a bear in this market. If you're a buyer, eager for upside, I'll be focusing on the low, 38K more or less. So yeah, I'll be keeping a close eye on that. But yeah, that's kind of my outlook on the Dow Jones. So yeah, back to USD CAD. Still got about a minute or two left before the news does come out. Like I said, not any trades at the moment, so I'm not really too invested to see what the news does. Of course, I want to find out, and maybe there could be some trades after, which is what I'm a big fan of, waiting for big news to come out and then looking to trade after. Not necessarily directly after, but maybe the next day or the next week, especially when NFP happens on a Friday. Normally the week after gives some really, really nice opportunities on some pullbacks. We're looking to follow that momentum. So yeah, I'm a big fan of trading after the news, not necessarily before. But a few seconds till the news comes out. Rates are expected to drop, so you would expect naturally weakness in CAD, but the market's got a way of surprising people, so I wouldn't take it too to heart all the time because sometimes the market does something completely different. Okay, so the news is out. CAD is barely moving. Barely moving. We also got actually no, the news is not out yet. My bad. Was a minute early there. So yeah, we do also have USD PMI as well. Don't forget. Okay, so yeah, the news is out now. So yeah, originally a pretty bullish reaction, which would be expected. You expect to see CAD fall. The numbers are not out yet. Okay, they are. Yeah, so it did drop to 4.75. So yeah, naturally you're going to expect to see a weakness in CAD there, and of course USD CAD is flying right now. Nice rule of thumb: always wait for the hourly candle to close before really digesting what the news is giving us, because we can fluctuate quite a lot. I know we're looking exceptionally bullish right now, but give it a few minutes, we might just be leaving a massive wick to the upside as well. So I wouldn't read too much into price action in the first 2, 3, 5 minutes of news, but when we do get hourly candle closures, then I can start to read a bit more into the price action and into the candlesticks. But yeah, looking pretty bullish. Let's take a look at some other CAD pairs. So yeah, Aussie CAD up, NZD CAD up, Pound CAD up, Euro CAD up. So CAD is definitely weak right now. CAD Yen, I'll be pushing down. So yeah, CAD is definitely weak right now. So yeah, taking that information to use the CAD, we are pushing up pretty hard. So yeah, it depends what price wants to do. Does it want to break out of this this descending channel or consolidation. If it does break out, that does change a lot, because then I'll be favoring price to come back into the swing high over there, and buyers will become very interesting. Definitely on to retest that high as well. But let's see if that momentum sustains, because it could still topple over at that high. But at the moment, definitely very bullish. Gold. Yeah, gold's still looking very corrective. As I've been saying for gold, looking for the buys. It depends how you want to tackle this. If you want to be a bit more aggressive, then you could be looking for gold to have one more push down, and then looking to attack gold around 23.10, 23.15 as we approach the lows here, anticipating another push higher. Or you could wait for gold to break out and then look for some pullbacks and then along. This would be the safe opportunity, because you've seen the indication that buyers are stepping into the market. We're seeing momentum in the market, and you're looking to follow that. So it's a much more confirmed opportunity. Rather here, you're trying to catch the wave right at the beginning, which of course will be a bit more fruitful in terms of the risk to reward, but of course higher risk of failure. But either which way, both look like really good opportunities. And if I scale to the daily chart on gold, you can see we're still very, very bullish. I know we've had an aggressive couple days not too long ago, but the trend is very, very much up. So I'm still going to be anticipating that to continue as long as gold stays above this low. Gold stays above that low, I'm bullish. And likewise in silver. How is silver looking? Because this is a pair I am looking to trade. So I need to make sure I don't forget about this one. So yeah, consolidation really on the hourly chart. Hopefully we can push down, tag the 50, maybe fire some wicks, things to get interesting. But yeah, not really too interested in price just yet. Not moving well. It's at my level, just not seeing the rejection I want to see just yet. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on euro. Okay, so I will go through S&P 500, seeing a couple requests for that one, and I'll take a look at oil as well. So S&P looking very bullish. So yeah, S&P looks like it's probably going to make its way back to the high. Let me look at the daily chart. Yeah, it's looking very bullish. Weekly, what we're saying? Yeah, looking very bullish. I really like this candle here on the daily chart for S&P. Really nice bullish candle there. Big wick to the downside, piercing that low. Closed pretty confidently there. This to me looks like price is trying to print in another higher low in the daily. And if it is going to be a higher low, then of course there's a good chance we get to the high, and still a good chance we create a higher high afterwards. So yeah, I'm liking price action on the higher time frame. So best way to kind of trade that would be drop to the low time frames to try and look to refine that entry, improve your risk to reward. In terms of a entry, we could be looking at the retest of the high here, although I would like to see a bigger breakout and then the pullback. This is a little bit too shallow for my liking, but effectively you're looking for a retest of the high or this high here for a higher low and a push back up. And targets around 53.42. So yeah, S&P will be very bullish on. This looks very attractive. Higher time frames look good. This to me looks like the next higher low. So yeah, I would be expecting price to follow through and see a higher high. NAS 100 also at it, looking good as well. Looking like we could be pushing back to that high there, 18,881. Daily chart, really, really nice wicks to the downside there. Again, price trying to pull back, trying to push down, but failing, leaving behind aggressive wicks, and then momentum's picking up again. So if you're on the lower time frames, especially for NAS, for S&P, kind of just looking for price to take a breather and then get in on that next wave. And yeah, targets back at the high. So yeah, US 100, S&P, I should be focusing on the buys there. Sure, some short-term sales might arise, but when you've got the higher time frames, the monthly, the weekly, the daily, all still bullish, especially in the low time frames, you kind of just want to stay with that direction until we hit major resistance, which would be the swing high there and for S&P, swing high up there. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the indices. Overall, still pretty bullish on them. In terms of Euro USD, I'm seeing a couple people saying sell. As I've said, I'm not really so keen on Euro USD. I'm kind of waiting for NFP on Friday to kind of set my bias for NFP, maybe for the rest of the month even, or at least next week. Because if I quickly go to the DXY has been bearish on the full H over the past few weeks, hence why I've been looking to short, well, not short DXY, but long Euro. But if I do expand to the daily chart now, we do have a conflicting bias or conflicting market structure because we are forming higher highs and higher lows. And DXY is in that area where we could be forming our next higher low, which is why I'm not so keen on expecting more downside for the dollar or looking to buy Euro, because we're in that area where a higher low could form and something like this could happen. And I'm feeling like NFP will be the catalyst for that, if not FOMC next week. So that's why I'm keeping an eye open for that, and not so keen to be buying Euro USD anymore, because we're coming into these areas where turning around and reversing is getting quite likely. I know at the moment DXY is still pretty bearish, and if you're intraday, you still probably be looking to sell that. As we approach resistance here, I think we just about tagged it there. This is still very much bearish price action, and we could still see some follow through. But even if we do see that, we could easily reverse on that. So as a swing trader, which is what I am, I'm not really trying to hold medium-term, long-term shorts at this price, because I'm only expecting short-term moves and maybe a longer-term move up. So that's kind of my take on the DXY at the moment. So translating that to Euro, sure, we might see some upside, some intraday upside, but I wouldn't be trying to hold this for too long, because again, if I expand to the daily chart on Euro, again, lower highs were forming. We're in that area where another lower high could form and we could tank to the downside. So because of that, as me being a swing trader, I don't really want to buy here and hold buys in this area. If anything, I'm actually kind of getting ready for a sell should I see market shift bearish. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So if you're looking at shorter term, looks good. That was a nice kind of bullish candle there. It could be a nice entry, stop loss below the wick, and looking to target the high there. That makes a lot of sense, but I wouldn't try and push it much further. So that's kind of where I would be with Euro. But we do have PMI for USD in 5 minutes as well. So let's see what impact that has on the market. For me, I'm kind of just focused on silver. That's the market I'm looking to get involved with. That's the market I'm looking to buy. I'm also looking to short dollar CHF as well. But this one's probably for next week or maybe Friday if things speed up. But we've had a really, really nice move to the downside. I'm now looking for a big pullback for a big short. This is the idea for USD CHF, because if I expand to the higher time frames, look where we've come into on the daily, weekly chart here. Massive level of resistance, big rejection, and so far we're seeing another big rejection. So we're at an area where we could see a lot of downside. And now that we have broken through really key support on the 4H chart, which is this big old level over here, we've broken through key support. Now I want to see price pull back, retest structure, form that next lower high. You had one over here, second over there. Now I'm looking for the third on the retest of this level. And then that's where I'm looking to get involved for a short and take price down. So USD CHF, the pullback is what I'm waiting for. And that pullback could take a couple of days, and that will take us into next week. So that's why I'm more focused on this one for next week. But it's a really good opportunity. I really like it. It fits the plan well. I like the momentum here on this bearish leg. So everything's looking really, really good. Just need to see how we pull back. And then, yeah, looking to short it back down. And we'll see how that goes. But other than that, silver is my main interest. Yen pairs have been Still very, very bullish on them, but they've approached some resistance, especially CAD yen, because of course CAD is very weak at the moment, but they've approached some resistance which they're having some trouble breaking through. Hey, what's up, More? Welcome to the stream, my man. Oil. I did say I was look at oil. I missed oil, didn't I? So yeah, what has been cooking for oil? So oil's been exceptionally bearish. Really big breakout to the downside out of this consolidation. I'll quickly drop to the daily chart just to show you what oil's been doing for the past couple of weeks. It has been falling, so I'll just be looking to keep up that that trend, that behavior. Wait for the next pullback. Again, looking to short it as well. And now that we've had a really nice breakout, we've left behind a really nice level of support, which now will be acting as resistance. And that, for me, looks like a great place to be looking to short. Should we get there on a retest? And then, yeah, I'll be expecting the trend to continue. Price has been pretty consistent with the lower highs. We're picking up momentum. So, yeah, I'll be expecting more downside for oil. A lot more downside for oil. It just kind of is a waiting game to see if we have that bigger retracement or we don't. But, yeah, oil, I will be looking for more downside. Yen has been yening. Yep, I would agree with that. I would 100% agree. It's been a while since I've taken a trade on a yen pair. So yeah, we do have USD PMI in about a minute, so we'll see how that reacts. At the moment, dollar is somewhat weak. The previous hourly candle closed pretty bearish. How's USD CAD looking? Is it still looking bullish? Yeah, still looking very bullish. That hourly candle is about to close in the next minute or two. So we've maintained that momentum. We're about to have a solid bullish close. For me, it doesn't really change too much because we haven't broken out of structure yet. Again, I like momentum, but it's got to do something. It's got to mean something. It's got to take out significance. So if this momentum went and take out this high, then yeah, now you've changed the game. Now I'll be looking at something like this, push and a pullback, and then I'll be looking for buys. But at the moment, we're still just trading within this mess here. And equally, we could come straight back down. I know CAD is very weak, so the chances are maybe not too high that we come straight back down. But in terms of technical analysis, this is an area which still makes a lot of sense to sell from. So until we break out of that, I won't read too much in the momentum. How are the other CAD pairs looking? Aussie CAD holding up, NZD CAD holding up, Pound CAD holding up. Yeah, they're looking very, very bullish. I think dollar is a little bit weak, which is why dollar CAD is not looking as bullish. But yeah, CAD is definitely weak right now. And CAD yen's pushing hard down. So yeah, that's the news out, and euro is dumping. Okay, so we're seeing that in the market move all over the shop today. What a lovely day in the markets. And it pulled back aggressively. So again, with the news here, I'll wait for that next hourly candle to close before reading too much into it. But yeah, very, very interesting. How's USD CAD looking? Yeah, wicked higher. I don't know. Maybe we do see a breakout. And if we do, then I'll reanalyze, re-go again, reinvestigate. But yeah, guys, we have come up to the end of my segment, I think. So I will be keeping a close eye on silver. That is my level I'm looking. It's at my level I'm looking to buy from. But at the moment, it's still kind of consolidating. So yeah, not much for me to do, but we'll find out. Things can change very, very quickly. But yeah, guys, we have come up to the end of the segment. So I really do appreciate everyone in the chat. Really do appreciate it. I'm pretty sure Chandler, Nick and his team have dropped the link to my channel, so feel free to check it out if you have some time.
Oh, there we go. Let me get this thing out of my face.
Hello,
Thanks,
hello,
Miko, for coming on the show again.
No
and yes,
problem.
like Miko said, I'm dropping his channel. Y'all go check him out. There it is, right there. Let's see, make sure I'm in frame there. Yeah, y'all go check his channel out. He comes on all the time. He's been really helpful while Nick's been gone. So Miko, hats off to you. Thanks for
Appreciate it.
Filling in like you did. I guess we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, love again tomorrow.
Pretty regular time. It'll be slightly earlier, but yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, and then Nick will be back, so we don't have to worry about it. He'll be back with an Irish accent.
With a pint of Guinness as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting pictures of him. He's sending pictures of all these castles that he's hanging out with.
Okay.
It's pretty neat. But yeah, Miko, we'll see you tomorrow, and take care.
Take care. See ya.
All right, guys. Now we're gonna transition over. We're bringing him back. Kenzo, it's a fan favorite. He's also been extremely helpful during Nick's vacation time, and so we're gonna bring Kenzo in. I'm gonna run a quick ad, and then the stream will be yours. So here we go.
Attention A1 Trading Show fans, if you're interested in getting free access to the EDGEFINDER or our premium trade alerts, listen up. For a limited time, our show's partnered broker Eightcap is giving out free access to our products when you sign up for a new trading account with them. If you already have a broker, you may want to consider switching to Eightcap because of their low trading costs, a wide range of trading assets, and their amazing customer support. If you'd like to get access to our software and Discord server for free, click the link being dropped in the chat right now and ask one of our team members for more information. Don't miss your chance for free products and an award-winning broker. Now back to the A1 Trading Show.
Good evening, guys. I hope you are doing great. So yeah, let's see what's really happening. We just received, let me check. I think it's service PMI, and yeah, service PMI 15 minutes ago. Now it's manufacturing PMI, and it seems like the number is actually positive. So I think that is going to change the way we see the market for now. And it seems like the dollar is going to gain some momentum here and there. You see that. So we're expecting to see the dollar gaining some momentum here. So yeah, thanks to everyone who is here. I see someone said Kenzo. So what you can do there on the comment section, please let me know which pairs do you want me to actually go through, and if maybe we can get something just to look at. So on the comment section, just let me know, right? So today actually, or this week, we actually had some serious economic news. First, it was interest rates from Canada, which they actually did cut those rates. So that will give us a clue that even US might cut their rates next week. And tomorrow we're going to have rates from Europe, and they might also cut their interest rates. So that will be actually good. But obviously, if they cut, that will actually be a good thing for the indexes like NASDAQ, US30, also SP500. Maybe we will start to see also gold starting to go to the upside. So US30, I see gold. Yeah, I will just go straight to that. So at the moment, since we are on DXY, we can easily see that, yeah, the market is been consolidating around this resistance and support. And that happens after we just saw a nice breakout. So we're expecting to see the market continue to go down. But with this non-stop economic news, guys, I think it's going to be a very difficult one for the market to continue going down. I think maybe the best thing that we can see the market to go even lower, I think is going to be interest rates cuts and also CPI, which is going to be next week. But at the moment, this shows us that the dollar is trying to gain that momentum, but we are coming from a support, which means the dollar is still very, very, very weak. So we just want to see a breakout there. Then we can easily continue buying our Nasdaqs and US30. But at the moment, it seems like the market was not actually in favor of the dollar. So let's see. Let me see. Okay, gold. I think someone said, Kenzo, check gold. Let's check gold, USD, ZAR, AUD, USD, silver. Okay, I will check that also. So at the moment, we have to go and check what's really happening on. Okay, as we are already on Euro USD, I will just continue with this. The sequence of whatever that I have here, but it's going to cover exactly what you are asking for at the moment. So yeah, this is what we have on Euro USD. The news, not really that much. We can see that we just received the news, but they did not really affect the market that much. So they did not really have any negative effect, even though we saw that we had some positive and negative ones, but it doesn't seem like we have any aggressive move. But on Euro USD, we can easily see that we are coming from this nice downtrend structure. Now, with this breakout, we expect the market to do what? To continue going up. But we can't just continue buying unless we have a proper structure. What we have currently, it's a ranging structure. So which means we can buy only when the market is around the support area, or maybe once the market breaks out, we can look for that buy. At the moment, it shows us that the market is reversing from this resistance, so which means we're going to wait for the market to reach our support area before we look for that continuation of a buy. Yes, the market is actually on this nice uptrend structure. It's just that we are at the start of this trend. So for us to get it right, it means we have to buy once the market is a little bit lower so that we can just continue with the trend. We expect the market to continue to go to the upside. So let's push to the next one. I think this is going to be gold. On gold, we can easily see that, yes, the market is still quite similar to what we saw on DXY and also on Euro USD. All these markets, they are actually ranging at the moment. So that shows that the market is not really sure which direction to take at the moment. So it shows that those economic news that we are waiting for, they are very, 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 very important, and that will make the market to consolidate until we get those release, and which are going to be next week. But also this week, we also have NFP. It's also very important. But from what we see here on gold, we are coming from a very nice uptrend structure. We had a breakout to show that the dollar, it was quite stronger against gold. So now we see that the market is just consolidating where we are, which means, yeah, even if it's consolidating, it shows that everyone is just waiting for proper move or proper, or maybe to have clarity from Federal Reserve or maybe from FOMC, whether they are going to cut the rate or not. But what we see here is it seems like not everyone is sure, because the dollar at the moment is quite stronger, which means they think maybe they won't actually cut the rate. So what we have here is we just have to wait for the market to reach this resistance area before we look for that sell, or maybe the market will end up breaking our support area, then we can continue selling. Yes, the market is actually on a nice downtrend, but at the moment, the market is still consolidating. We can also have something like that. That also makes sense. Remember, this is a downtrend structure, but it's still very, very, very fresh. So this might still continue for a quite long. So let's push to the next one. I will be checking your comments. So on US30, this is also good for us. We had a proper uptrend structure. Here, it's a visible breakout. Now the market is just continuing with the same structures that I've shown you on Euro USD, DXY, gold, and also US30. It's actually trying to show us that it's starting to consolidate. Plus, we just had a manufacturing PMI, which showed us that the number is a little bit higher, and that makes the dollar to be a little bit stronger. That's why we actually sold US30. And this makes sense. This just makes sense. Even though those news are not really aggressively that strong, but at the moment or at times like this, every economic news is quite important. So we're expecting to sell this up to maybe this level of a support. But what we know is, as long as we are on a downtrend, it doesn't really matter. We are still going to continue to go down. But we know very well that we have to also wait for the news, especially on Friday. I think NFP is going to be way too important. So please, guys, be extra careful in the market. Things are not actually as nice as you can think. So let me see what you want me to check. USD ZAR, silver, US30. I did check gold, US30. Let me see. GBP, JPY, AUD, JPY, USD ZAR. Okay, let me go on USD ZAR. So since I'm actually on Nasdaq, this is what we have. We can easily see that from a 4-hour time frame structure, we can easily see that we are actually on a very nice uptrend structure. But at the moment, things were a little bit aggressive, because once we reached that level of this highest level here, the market started to show us that it's selling. The market started to sell, and that was actually needed. If you check this uptrend structure, you can see that the market is been actually aggressively going up. So obviously we needed something for a nice reversal, so that before we actually go up. I think if maybe they cut the rates next week, if maybe NFP is going to be weaker, if maybe CPI is also going to be weak, that it will be a very nice thing for us to continue with that buy. But if those things are going to be other way around, it means we might start to see the market going actually down, or even maybe breaking this support area. But at the moment, the market seems to be trying to go even higher. But I have faith in a Federal Reserve to cut the rates, because already we can see that Canada actually did cut the rates, and that is a good sign. It means like these major economies, they might continue to do the same thing. They might follow and start to cut those rates. So let me see. Someone said, Kenzo, check USD ZAR. On USD ZAR, this is what we have. Let me see. On USD ZAR, we have a very nice structure showing us that the market is going up, but we have to actually have a proper view of this. Let's see. Let's see what's really happening. Or I will just go on a daily time frame so that we can understand the structure. So let's see. Whoa. The dollar is getting way too stronger. So this is what we had before. We can easily see that the market, it's been going up for quite some time. We had a very proper uptrend structure around this level, that it was our resistance area. From there, the market started to go even lower. But if you check it nicely around this level, you can see that this was a proper support area, and the market actually tried to break out of that structure, but now it's going up. So let's go closer and see what we can actually do there, just to make sure that we understand what's really happening. So we just saw that the news were PMI, it was very stronger or very positive. So it makes the dollar to be stronger also. So you can see that area. So I think the market is still just continuing with that uptrend structure. Our job is to adjust this support area, because this area of support, it was still inside our diagonal support area, and then the market just touched around the same level and continue to push the upside. So we can say, yes, we are actually still on that nice uptrend. So that is actually an adjustment. So which means we need to adjust our support area. Maybe we can do it like this. As long as it can make sense, it's fine. Why? Because the market evolves slowly. If it's a trend, it grows slowly. And at the end of the day, we just have to have something like this. So on my side, this is a proper bullish move. But what we have here, we have this aggressive ranging structure. You can see that's how the market was moving. So I think from this level, we can easily see a nice reversal. I think maybe the market will be reaching this level around 19.2 thousand. Around this level, maybe before we see another sell, or maybe we can have a breakout. But if you did follow your ZAR, there were some elections last week or yeah, let's say last week. And maybe that is also the panic because there are going to be some coalitions in South Africa. Maybe that is also the factor. That's why we see the dollar is going aggressively higher. So USD CHF, I will also check that. New Zealand, USD, GBP, JPY. Let me check GBP, JPY. What's really happening on GBP, JPY? I will also go on Euro, JPY. So this is what we have on GBP, JPY. Whoa, this thing is actually on a very nice bullish move. This is actually on a very nice bullish move. So the overall structure here is still a very nice uptrend. We can see that actually JPY is quite weak. We see a very proper uptrend structure, but this is aggressive push to the upside. That is a very aggressive push. So on that, we had a proper reversal, and it seems like the market is now going to reverse there. So let's go on a proper, let's say, 4 hours time frame. 4 hours time frame. Yeah, I will go through those pairs that you say I should check, guys. You can keep them coming. I will be checking straight to them. So now this is what we had actually. We had a proper uptrend structure, but around this level we had some sort of resistant level, and the market broke out of that. So after the market breaks out of that area, we also have a proper resistant area where the market respected, and we saw the market touching this level here. So if maybe you did take that, you were obviously going to be eating around from this area because we can see a bounce back. So this might be a continuation of that trend. Maybe you might have something like this, then the market might just continue going up like that, as this is a very, very aggressive uptrend structure. So I will also go maybe on Euro JPY just to see what's really happening before I go on the other one. GBP AUD, I will go on that. New Zealand USD also. So on Euro JPY, quite similar structures from what we saw on GBP USD, but the overall move there, you can see it's a very nice uptrend, very aggressive uptrend, and it's been doing that for quite some time. But here it's a different story because once we saw that reversal, we did not really have a proper support area that we can use. We can see this level here, but they are not actually around the same level. And from back there, we don't really have something that we can use. So it means we were just waiting for the market to touch our support area before we see the market continuing to the upside. So I think this is quite straightforward. So let me check New Zealand, New Zealand USD, NZD, NZD. What's really happening on NZD? So on NZD, it seems like New Zealand is not really affected by whatever that we see there. But from a bigger time frame structure, we easily see that we are coming from a very nice downtrend structure. The market was going down. We had something like this. Then after that, we see a proper breakout. So obviously, once we see a proper breakout, it shows us that the market is no longer on that downtrend structure, which means we expect the market to continue going to the upside. So we can have something like this. I think this area might be our nice resistance. Let me mark that area. I see the market was giving us something around that level. Let's mark that. So yeah, we can use a thicker one like that. Or if maybe you don't mind, we can just do it like this. But we know very well that this area was actually also a resistance. We had a smaller breakout there, but it's actually a one thing. It's actually around the same zone because we have another one around this level. So you can either use a thicker resistance so that you don't really fall for fake moves. But what we see here is the market broke out of that area. It seems to be retesting around that level. So let's try to see. Let's try to see. Yeah. I think we have something like this. So we can say after the market breaks out of this area, continue buying because we are on a very nice uptrend. The market is coming from this nice downtrend structure. Now we are starting to form a new trend. That trend is actually an uptrend. And I think we are at the start of that trend. So those resistance, if it's broken, I think it's good time for anyone to look for a buy for those who trade New Zealand dollar or New Zealand NZD USD. So which other pair do you want me to check? GBP AUD. Let me check GBP AUD. GBP AUD. Today, Nasdaq, it was trying to recover. GBP AUD, it was trying to recover. It seems like things are going to go back to where they were because Nasdaq has been quite strong, guys, even though we had some reversals here and there, but we know very well that Nasdaq was quite strong. So this is what we see on GBP AUD. So let's try to adjust this nicely. Yeah. So I think this is a very nice structure, quite straightforward. We are on a very stronger downtrend structure. So this is what we see. We can easily see that the market is just continuing like that. So where we are, you can see that this is actually a very nice horizontal resistance. We can actually also mark that because if the market breaks out of that, we can actually know if maybe the market is getting or it's breaking out of this trend. If the market breaks out of this structure, it will mean that maybe the market is deciding to look for that bullish move or uptrend. But at the moment, it seems like the market is trying to reverse there. So once the market bounces back, if it tries to go down, that can be a very nice sell because we are at the highest level. So if you sell at the highest area, that can be a very, very, very good structure or a very nice trade. This can be a swing trade for those who actually trade GBP AUD. So something like that can be actually very, very, very nice. I hope you see that. I hope you see that because there it's actually where the market might actually reverse. You can see every time once the market reaches this area, the market actually gives us an aggressive sell. And even here, the market already gave us some clues. So I'm expecting a proper sell from this. So let's push to the next one, which is I hope I'm not actually missing USD CHF, Bitcoin. Let's see, AUD USD. Okay, so let's see which one I can start with. USD CHF and AUD USD. Let's check the one. Let's see, AUD USD. I think it's around this area. Then I will check USD CHF. I think it's also around this area. Let's see. Okay, I will add that if I don't really have. So this is what we have on AUD USD. It seems like AUD is gaining that momentum. It's slowly gaining that momentum. So we can easily see that the market is coming from a very, very, very nice downtrend structure. This was a very proper downtrend structure on AUD USD. This time, the dollar, it was very strong, and that's why we saw the market was going down. So after that, we see that around this level, if I can draw a nice resistance, we started to have that breakout. So that breakout shows us that we're no longer on this downtrend structure. Now we expect the market to do what? To continue going in a different direction. And that is going to be a very nice uptrend structure. Do you see that? So now that's why I marked these areas. So this is actually our nice support area. And once the market reaches our support area, because most likely the market will respect that. So we will be looking for the market to reach this area before we look for a buy. But sometimes the market might not really reach that because I also see that we have a smaller support there. Do you see that? So that is actually an area that the market is currently respecting. But it doesn't really mean that sometimes along the way the market won't come around the support. Yes, you can still take your buys around these areas, but also around this level, this support area, it's still quite stronger. So there is a chance for the market to touch this level before we see a very proper buy. So I think this is a nice reversal here. So we might see a very nice buy. So maybe your target, it will be around this highest level, not really that crazy highest, but that can be a very nice area to actually, you can treat that as your TP or your first TP because the market might respect that level. But I'm expecting to see a very nice move like that as a nice uptrend. So let me check another one, USD CHF. Let me see USD CHF. I think CHF was going down. Yesterday it was going down. USDC. Oh, it's here. It's very close. It was going down actually yesterday, but it seems to be trying to recover. So let me just go on a daily time frame, because it actually have some seriously very aggressive structures. So yeah, this is what I had actually on my analysis yesterday. So we are still on that. So the overall structure here is still a very nice downtrend structure. So we can easily see that the market is still actually trying to go down. And the market, I think it was around these levels yesterday. So I'm still expecting to see the market to go down. But unfortunately, PMI, I think manufacturing PMI, it was a little bit positive. That's why we see the market trying to reverse there. So if we can zoom a little bit, maybe you can see what I'm trying to show you here. So the market is trying to do what? To reverse. But at the end of the day, the market might continue to go even lower. I hope that makes sense. So TSM, please. What is TSM? I don't really know what is TSM, guys. You can just let me know. So why Nasdaq long and USD short at the same time? What is the logic behind it, Kenzo? Okay, so at the moment, guys, we know very well, or let's say the story of Nasdaq and USD is that they are mostly correlating, but remember, they are not really the same thing. So mostly what we get on Nasdaq, it's actually tech companies. So on the other side, like let's say USD, it's actually normal companies like banks, retail sales, some of them, if you check companies in Dow Jones or USD. So whatever that is happening, if maybe tech companies are performing very well, that might not really affect USD. We might not really see anything on USD. And if maybe there are manufacturing issues here and there, because I think they are inside like USD, we might start to see some effects happening on USD. Or there are so many reasons. If maybe let's say we expect US to cut the rates. Remember, inside USD, we also have bank. I think it's JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs. So which means if they cut the rate, those banks, they're not going to make enough money. So which means we might start to see USD trying to go in the other direction. You see, so there are so many things that you can actually check. So mostly we can just say the companies are not really the same. Mostly when you see them go in the same direction, most of the time, it's because of the dollar. If the dollar is stronger or weaker, most likely we will see the market going in the same direction. But if that day there are some differences, like in the companies performing in a different way, it's where you will see that they're not really correlate most of the time. I hope that makes sense. That's why at the end of the day, we did have a sell on USD, and at the same time, we were making something on that. We can see a nice reversal on USD. Because on this structure, it shows us that USD is quite weak. But it's not like we're going to hold it like that for quite long, because it's possible for them to reverse, for USD to reverse, to continue following Nasdaq like that. It's possible. So we have to be extra careful. It's not like maybe they not correlate. They do, but not every day. So that's why at the end of the day, we have a nice sell here. And we also have another one. So you have to understand that if maybe you're selling USD and you're buying Nasdaq, it means one of them, it's actually scalping. Like at the moment, we're just scalping Nasdaq. So that's why we see a very nice push to the upside. But once the market reaches this level of a resistance, we can get out, because once it starts to go down, you might start to see USD also melting on the other side. I hope that makes sense. So I think there are so many factors that they can affect this market. So I hope maybe that makes sense. I hope that maybe that makes sense.
Hey, Kenzo,
I hope I answered your question. Oh, okay. Thanks, man.
Hey, Kenzo. Thanks for filling in today. I need to put your link in the chat. So there it is. So guys, go sub to Kenzo. He's been a lot of help while Nick's been gone in Ireland. So Kenzo, we really do appreciate you coming on. I guess that'll do it for like you filling in while Nick is out. I'm assuming we'll see you Friday. Nick will be back by then. You'll if you come on Friday, you'll be doing the hat trick. You'll be 3 days in a week.
Yeah, it will be a hat trick because it's 3 times. So, but anyways, thanks, man. Thanks, and thanks to your viewers also.
All right. Well, Kenzo, we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming on. All right, guys. And I got something exciting to share. If you've been on watching the show for a while, this could be a little bit of a surprise for you. We've got Tom from Simply Forex coming on today. It's been a minute since we've had Tom on the show, and we're excited to have him back. It's been a few months, and yeah, if you watch the show, especially last year, you'll know Tom as soon as you see him. So, well, I'll be dropping his links in the chat, and we're gonna run a quick ad, and then Tom, the show will be all yours, and then I'll get out of your hair. So here we go.
Howdy folks, I hope you're enjoying the A1 Trading Show, and I just want to let you know that we are currently doing a flash sale on the EDGEFINDER. This week, you can currently get 25% off if you send a direct message to our support staff standing by who helps keep the show running smoothly. If you use the link that's being dropped in the chat or the first link down below in the description, you'll be connected to a real person on my staff who can set you up with a 25% off discount on the EDGEFINDER, and if you'd like to get access to the Discord, we'll throw that in too for a nice 25% off the price. If you have not already taken advantage of this sale, you can click the first link in the description or chat with us by using the chat link below. Keep on enjoying the show, and now let's get back to it.
Hello guys, how are you? Trader Tom here from Simply Forex. It's been a while since I've been on the show. Good to be back. Yeah, we've Chanda, thanks for having me. Trader Nick, I hope you're enjoying your holiday. Hello Frank, hello James. Guys, I am all yours for the next 30 minutes. I am a technical analyst, guys. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I'm looking at in terms of trades that I'm looking at today. But also, don't be shy. Ask as many questions as you like about trading. All right. It could be a currency pair that you're in, or it could be something to do with, you know, strategy, money and risk management, psychology, anything you like about trading, guys. Right, let's get started. So I have been interested in a couple of yen pairs today, right? Now, I'm going to take away, this is the daily chart. This is euro yen, and this is today's candle, okay, which I'm going to take away right now with my back to the future button, okay? Because I want to show you why I'm interested in this, okay? So first of all, when I look at any trade, any pair, you know, you need to determine structure and trend. And the day chart is the chart that gives me my direction. So if we just follow structure of euro yen, you can see we were in an uptrend, all right? But it stopped making higher highs. This is always a red flag. If you're in an uptrend and price stops making higher highs, you know, there's a chance that the trend is slowing, or it could even be changing, right? And then a day later, we get this big, humongous, super bearish candle that breaks these lows, okay? So now we have lower lows. We are in a downtrend, all right? We're also below the moving average 20. This is another thing that I like to keep an eye on. If I'm selling, I like to be below the moving average 20. If I'm buying, I like to be above it, right? So this is where we were at the start of the day. Okay, euro yen broke down, and in the morning, you know, I say to all my viewers, this is the pair that I'm looking at, and then I drop down to the lower time frames. Okay, so if we go back to real time now, actually let's stay here, let's go to the H4 now. Now at the start of the day, okay, I've pinpointed this grey zone as a level. There's also a level here as well, right? But this grey zone I like. You've had price acting as support, and then when price retraces, it could become a very good area for sells. All right, so this is what I was looking at today. Now, if we go back to real time, this is where we're at, right? And this is the reason also why you need some entry criteria, okay? So at no point have we had a setup. So when price retraces into this grey zone, yeah, I want to see a bearish reaction. Yeah, if I'm going to sell the market, I need to know sellers are in control. Yeah, makes sense, right? So I want to see sellers at this level so I can take it back down to these lows. But as you can see, we just haven't had any sellers right so far. Okay, it's at an interesting level now. We're at the moving average 20, which acts as dynamic resistance in this case, and you can see we're getting a bit of a reaction. But on the H4, there is still not a setup. But I will also enter on the H1. Okay, so daily gives me my direction, then I look on H4 and H1 for entries, right? So let's drop down to the H1 now. And you can clearly see that the H1 has produced this level, right? So all day, yeah, price has just been shooting up. We saw that on the H4 chart. But now, as I mentioned before, if we're in an uptrend and price stops making higher highs, okay, then it's a good indicator that the trend has slowed and could potentially change, right? If this H1 candle shoots up and busts through this level, then obviously I'm still not interested. This would suggest it will carry on going up, okay? But I will sell this if the following happens, right? We're in an uptrend on the H1. It stops making higher highs. Yeah, this level does not break. And then, yeah, you can see this level here. We get a break of this level, okay? And this would mean a structure break on the H1, okay? So, you know, there's no bigger or better indicator than a structure break. Yeah, you know, you can see I trade quite naked charts really. All I trade is the moving average 20. I also trade naked. I'm only joking. I don't do that. But my charts are naked, right? So, you know, all I look at is the moving average 20. But the indicators I use are price action. If we get a structure break of this level, I will be all over this trade. I will sell the living daylights out of it. Okay, so hence I just put my alarm in here and wait for price to break. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at, guys. Euro yen. We'll see what happens here. And guys, let's also take a few of your questions now as well. So yeah, and also guys, I do a top-down approach. So this is what we're going to do with Aussie dollar, US dollar. So I can see Jackie here. Jackie Go wants to look at Aussie dollar, US dollar. All right, so let's take a look at that. And guys, yeah, if you want me to look at anything, please leave a comment and I'll be happy to check out any pairs for you. So let's look at Aussie dollar, US dollar. We have to bear in mind we've just had some, you know, bullish news for the US dollar. We just saw some US dollar strength creeping, right? Now, if we drop down, so this is how I roll. So first of all, I'm going to look at the weekly chart, right? And as you can see, the weekly chart, right, if we follow structure, is in an uptrend, okay? So generally speaking, I'll be looking for buys, yeah? And you can see we've got this area here that keeps holding, and potentially price could come back up to here. It already has. Okay, so weekly would suggest on the weekly chart, I can look for buying opportunities, right? This is exactly what I do every morning. Then I drop down to the day chart, right? And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to ask myself, what would I do with this pair? Would I buy it, sell it, or would I stay out of the market? Okay. Now, things I look at are structure, obviously very important, and trend. So this is in an uptrend, right? So again, this would suggest I'm looking for buys, right? But there's more data and information. There's so much information on the charts, right? So we're in an uptrend, we would look for buys. Okay, we have hit a resistance level. Okay, so that would suggest that we don't want to buy it. Okay, so we're getting some contradiction. Then I would look at candlesticks, and this candlestick does not suggest that we should buy this pair. So basically, guys, I look at structure and trend, I look at support and resistance, and I look at candlesticks. I also look at this concept of value, right? And although this is in an uptrend, yeah, because it's hitting resistance, because we have a super bearish candle, I would just stay out of this pair, right? I just wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't be interested in this pair for today. All right. So, you know, that's Aussie dollar, US dollar. But if I had to trade it, let's go down to the lower time frames and let's get some more information on this trade. So, you know, we can clearly see there's a level here, right? It will become more apparent on the H4. So if we look at the H4, you can see I can put another mini support level through here, right? Now, you can see that this support level is holding, right? It's been tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. However, right, again, what I want to see is structure breaks to confirm my idea, right? So generally speaking, we would want to buy Aussie dollar, US dollar from this level. But we are in a H4 downtrend, right? We're seeing lower highs and these lows are holding. So what do I want to see to take a trade? And admittedly, this could take, you know, hours, days even. I want to see a break of this level, yeah? As soon as I see a break of this structure, this high, we then have higher highs, and I would be looking to buy this pair at this point, all right? And the idea would be to take it to the next area of resistance, right? Excuse me, guys. So that's what I would wait for. But let's drop down another level. Let's go down to the H1. And again, you know, this looked like this was building up earlier on, right? But the news has meant that it is breaking down. Now, again, because Aussie dollar, US dollar, the day chart is in an uptrend, my tendency would be to buy it. Yeah, I want to be with day trend. So again, what do we want to see? There is no better indicator than a structure break. So this is the last high on the H1. We've got lower highs. So if we perhaps got something like this, and then we got a break of this level, again, we could be interested in buying Aussie dollar, US dollar. You know, if structure did form like this, we'd also start seeing higher lows, which is also an indication that, you know, we're in an uptrend. All right, so yeah, that's what I look at, guys. Do a top-down approach because there's so much data, right? You know, people say I only trade the H1 chart, and okay, fair enough. But you know, why not get as much data and information as you can to make the best informed decision on your trade that you can, right? So weekly, daily, H4, H1, these are the time frames I look at to give me all the data I need to find high probability trades. All right. Right. What else are we looking at? Altcoin wants to look at gold and silver. Okay, let's do that. Let's take a look at gold and silver now. Let me just take a quick look at euro yen. Let me just see if that high is holding. Yeah, so it looks like it could be holding. All right, I'm interested in that. Right, gold and silver. Again, let's do a top-down approach. So weekly, yeah, on gold, yeah, we are in an uptrend. But if you remember previously to what I just said, guys, yeah, if we're in an uptrend and it has stopped making higher highs, that is a red flag. And look at the reaction we got at that level. So although we're in an uptrend, it is very difficult for me to buy into this candle. If anything, I'd be looking to sell it, right? So I don't want to buy into this big red candle. Also look at this. This is a whole week of just price being pushed down and, you know, sellers are in control. Okay. Now, if we carry on, if we drop down to the day chart now, you know, we have some real crappy, for the want of a better word, price action. Okay. Now, here, right, we could consider this a structure break. Yeah, this last low was broken with this low here. Okay. And then ever since then, the market has been confused, right? And we've just seen this absolute sideways action, right? Now, I really like this for a setup. Okay, so let me explain. So you basically have a box of indecision, right? In here, you've just got buyers and sellers, you know, knocking heads, fighting to the death, and we don't have a winner as yet. So what would constitute a winner? Yeah, this is a really good setup, guys, right? And you'll find these boxes of indecision on a lot of time frames. Now, if buyers win, we will see a nice big bullish candle pop out of this box, right? Then we could consider buying gold, right? Or if we get a big negative candle, break the lows, excuse my candles, I've been drinking, I haven't really. If we get a big candle that breaks the lows of this, then we could look for sells, you know, potentially down to here, if not further. All right, so with gold, we need to wait and see who wins this battle in here, right? As soon as we get a winner, we can start trading it. All right, so that's gold. Yeah, and guys, you know, if you enjoy my analysis, I do my analysis every single day as part of my channel, Simply Forex. I know Chandler and the team have put my link in the live chat, so please come check us out. Come join us. We'd love to have you on our channel. All right. Let's have a look at silver now. Now, silver, we have had a structure break, right? But again, let's start with the weekly chart, right? And we're going to follow this through now, guys, right? We're going to follow, we potentially have a trade here, right? So weekly chart, right, in an uptrend. But then look at these candles. Yeah, very, very bearish, right? And price is coming down as a result. Yeah, I would potentially take this 29 level as a target. Okay, so let's go put 29 in. This would potentially be a target, right? Because it is this piece of support here. All right, so potentially we're in an uptrend, but the candles are very bearish, right? If we now drop down to the day chart, we have clearly had a structure break, right? If we just follow trend, again, how many times have I said this already? If price is in an uptrend, but it stops making higher highs and we get a bearish reaction. Excuse me, guys, I've been getting over a cough. Yeah, stops making higher highs and we get a bearish reaction. Okay, it's ended up having a structure break. These last lows have actually broken. So yesterday's candle, this candle here, broke this area of support. Okay, so we now have lower lows. For me, silver is in a downtrend, so we can look for sells back down to this blue line. It's 2900 level. I like a psychological level for a target. All right, so if we now drop to the H4, yeah, we're going to try and find a setup. Okay, now you can see I've got my alarm in here, right? So price today hasn't done much. Yeah, there's some real, you know, that's 4, 8, 12, 16 hours of indecision. What I would like to see is a retrace further. Yeah, let me zoom out so you can see it, right? We've got this level through here. Okay, all right, so what I want to see is price retrace perhaps a little bit further. Moving average 20 comes down. This could be a really nice area for selling silver. Okay, I always feel like a pirate when I talk about silver. Now if we get a retrace into here, as I explained, and we get a nice bearish reaction, we can look to take price potentially down to here, if not down to that 29 level that I discussed earlier. All right, alternatively, price might just do this. Price just might break these lows. Let's say we get a nice big bearish H4 candle like this, breaking these lows. That is a continuation of trend, and we can potentially take it lower from there. All right, guys. So yeah, that is gold and silver for you. I hope that helps. Right, let's see what other ones we've got. Okay, so we've got a couple of people wanting to look at the indices. Okay, so let's have a look at the NASDAQ. And this is a buying opportunity. Okay, so let me find the NASDAQ. Okay, so if you haven't bought this already, you've sort of missed the boat. Yeah, it's now at this level of resistance. But again, what are we looking at? So weekly, yeah, just, you know, if there's one thing I leave you today, guys, is do multiple time frame analysis. Yeah, because you're going to get so much good data and information to make good high probability trades. Yeah, very serious about this. But yeah, let's look at the facts, right? So we was in this trend, and that is a downtrend, right? But price has just gone screaming up. Yeah, now we have higher highs. We're back in an uptrend. Price come back down to this level of support. We got a nice bullish wick. Yeah, and then just look at this week's candle as well so far. All right, so everything's telling us to buy the NASDAQ. If we now drop down to the day chart, you know, we've sort of missed the boat, right? But just look at these candles. Look at this wick, right? At an area of support. Look at this wick. Look at this wick. If you see bottom wicks like this, there is just a shed load of buying pressure, right? Yeah, generally speaking, if you see big bottom wicks on candles, right, doesn't matter what the candle looks like, you know, buyers are in control. Okay, and then this is the perfect case. Look at these wicks, right? So, and you know, and like I say, I like to be above the moving average 20. All right, but it's already come up, and this would be my target, the last high. It's already there. But if you look earlier, guys, right, we had this candle. So if you look on the H4, again, we just want to follow structure and trend, right? And at this point, we were in an uptrend, right? We're getting higher highs. These lows never broke. We're in an uptrend. But really, we want confirmation. And which candle gives us confirmation? This candle right here. Because this candle breaks these previous highs here. Right? As soon as it breaks, there's a high probability that we are going to take it to the next area of resistance. Okay. So almost, you know, regardless of trend sometimes, yeah, if you have an important break of structure, so right here was an important break with this candle, high probability you'll make it to the next resistance level, which it does. Okay. If it had broken, for example, this level and price come down, there would have been a high probability that it makes it back down to this level. Okay, so a lot of the time I'm just trading from a support and resistance level to the next support and resistance level. Yeah, as simple as that, guys. So yeah, I hope that helps, guys. Let's take one more question, and then I believe my time is up. Where is a question here? So we've got gold, we've done the US dollar 30. Let's have a look at the US dollar 30. That's slightly different, right? This is, I mean, if you just look at the weekly chart, right, this is still in a downtrend. Let me explain, right? So on the weekly chart, okay, bang, downtrend. We broke these lows here, even here, right? We're in a downtrend. Price has retraced to the last high, didn't break it, and we had a nice bearish reaction. All right, so we're still getting lower lows and the highs haven't broken. So, and look at that candle. Yeah, just sell that candle, right? So we're still in a downtrend on the weekly. If we look at the day chart, you know, so some of the levels are not obvious. I'm going to say that was a last low. Yeah, and then even a little one here, right? And this is where we're at. So we are clearly in a downtrend. All right, we're below the moving average 20. We're in a downtrend. But yeah, look at these candles. Again, check out the candles. Bullish. Look at these bottom wicks. Bullish. Nothing is telling me to sell this market, right? But I want to because it's in a downtrend. All right, so again, what would I need to see? So perhaps we get a nice big bearish daily cat. My candles are getting worse, I must say. Maybe we get a big bearish daily candle like this. Then okay, we can look to take price back down to here. If not, back down to this grey zone here. And yeah, if you look on, and again, we're just looking for structure breaks, guys, right? Now, this is clearly in an uptrend, right? We're in a H4 uptrend, right? So nothing's telling us to sell this whatsoever. If anything, it could potentially be a good buying opportunity back up to here, right? But I want to see, because daily is in a downtrend, I just want to see something like this happen. Yeah, bang, we get a break, then I can start selling US dollar 30. All right, guys. So yeah, on that note, I shall hand you back to Chandler. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks for your questions. And like I say, please check out my channel, Simply Forex. The link is in the live chat. All right. So yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Hey Tom, thanks for coming on. It was nice having you back.
Good to be back.
It was a nice surprise hearing that you'd be returning for today, and that was really cool. So guys, yeah, like Tom said, there's his link. It's going in. So y'all click on that. I did all the work for you. You just got to click the link. And Tom, thanks for coming on. It was cool seeing you again.
Yeah, good to see you again, Chandler, and hopefully see you again in the not too distant future. Yeah, happy to come on again, mate.
All right. Well, we'll see you. Yep, there's James, and we got Frank over there somewhere.
Right.
Yep. But thanks for coming on, and we'll see you next time. Oops, I'm sorry. Sorry, Tom. I didn't mean to cut you off like that. Anyway, guys, thanks for everything. Thanks for watching. Nick will be back Friday. So one more day of substitution, but our guests are doing a phenomenal job. It's insane how much effort they're putting in, and they don't even, we're not paying them. you guys are going and subscribing to their channels, checking out their content, and we appreciate you doing that. And it keeps them coming back, and they love doing it, and we love having them. So thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So long.
Thanks for tuning in to today's A1 Trading Show. Make sure to subscribe and to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Also, we're looking for more guests to come on the show. If you're comfortable being on camera, have trading experience, and you're looking to grow your audience exposure, we'd love to have you on. In the live stream chat and description below, we'll drop a link to apply to be a live stream guest and join in on the conversation. We hope to have you on soon. That's all for today. Trade safe, and we'll see you next time.